Hey everyone, it's Carlin Gray here, your assistant team leader with Keller Williams Realty Gulf Coast here in Pensacola, Florida. And what I'm doing here today in this video is walking you through all of the steps to getting your Florida real estate license. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive in. I am going to share my screen really quickly and we're going to talk about your options. We're going to talk about what's required, and we'll talk about sort of next steps after you watch this video and kind of make a decision on where you're wanting to go along this journey. So to start, some important requirements with getting your Florida real estate sales associate license. You must be at least 18 years old. You must have a high school diploma or a GED or whatever is equivalent from overseas, right? So I know that a lot of people come to the Pensacola area, whether they are moving from other countries, and I think that is so fabulous. You can get this sort of evaluated to match the high school diploma or GED requirement. So if that is you, just reach out to me directly and I can show you where you can get that done. You must complete and pass a Florida approved 63-hour sales associate pre-license course. I'm going to have two options for you in this video as well. You must submit your application to the Florida Department of Business and Professional Regulation, also known as DBPR. So there's a lot of acronyms here in the real estate industry at large, especially here at Keller Williams. So that's going to be your first one that you need to remember is DBPR, Department of Business and Professional Regulation. You're getting a business license at the end of the day. So there you go. You must complete an electronic fingerprinting sort of process and pass the required background check that the state requires of you. You must pass the Florida Real Estate Sales Associate State exam. You must affiliate with a licensed Florida real estate broker before practicing real estate. So I'm going to give you some context with a bunch of those things, but that is what is listed inside of your application on those requirements that need to be made. Okay. So steps. Your first step is going to choose your pre-licensing course. Now, I want you to be really honest with yourself because an online versus an in-person option that could kind of make or break the bank or sort of your progress with the school itself. Again, it's a 63-hour course, so it's not a ton, but it is a lot of information that you will be learning, okay? The content of the class itself, it is Florida real estate principles, practices, and law. So it's a lot of legal jargon. It's a lot of information. Think like you are taking a law class or you're taking a history class and someone is either teaching you in a classroom schedule or setting, or you are going through, you're reading the material sort of on your own time, at your own leisure. However, you are going to be the person that's getting yourself through that. So that's kind of what I want you to think about when you are weighing your options on online versus in person. So to start with the online option here, the K-Score online scholarship program. Keller Williams has partnered with Kaplan Real Estate Education, and they are offering essentially a scholarship to pay for that online course so you can go through that program for free. So what that looks like, again, it's 100% online. It is self-paced, so you are going through the material. You are the one that is reading the material. It's 19 units long. There are different practice exams inside of each unit as well. And then at the very end, there is a final exam that is online as well. So it's 100 questions, that final exam. You must pass it with a 70% or higher. And you have 2 tries to take that final exam. Now, the final exam, this is kind of what is giving you this pass or this fail rate on even taking the course, okay? So you have to pass this exam to even be allowed to pass or take the state exam for the state of Florida. So you go in and you do all of that kind of by yourself. This is a great option. It's designed for people that do prefer that flexibility. Whether you work a 9 to 5, you just can't come to something in person, this is a great option for you, okay? I must say, so my little note here, per Florida law, you must complete the 63-hour course and pass that course exam within a 6-month time frame, okay? You can take 2 months, absolutely fine, absolutely perfect, or you can take 6 months. However, at 6 months, if you didn't pass it, you're going to have to retake the entire program again, okay? So do that within a 6-month time period. You have 6 months to take it and complete it and pass that final exam. It is very doable. People, if you spend probably about 5 hours a week doing that, you would definitely be well within time. You'd probably finish it within 2 to 3 months. So that is what you need to know about this online option. Your in-person option. So this is going to look a little bit more traditional. You're going to a building. It's going to be this building here. It's actually in our office. Mulder School of Real Estate. Barry Mulder is going to be instructing you through this course, and he is going to be teaching you the tricks of the trade. So just think like you're going back into school. They've got a couple of different options as far as the class structure goes or the class pacing goes. So I will show you their website here as well. But this, with your kind of highlights, right, this is a great fit if you do want a little bit more of a hands-on experience or a team effort, a structured class schedule, local support while working through the licensing process. So since it's in a real estate office, you'll be able to probably network with some real estate agents that are here in the building. I'll be here, so you'll see my face if you're attending during those kind of office hour periods, their accelerated track. But again, it's more of that classroom setting. You would maybe have a buddy or two that you could study with. So that's what that's going to look like. They are also going to help you with your application to the Department of Business and Professional Regulation. So that's a lot more support that you would be getting versus doing all of that on your own with the online option. And that's all kind of being taken into consideration with that class cost of $425. Okay, so it's $425 to register for one of these in-person courses, and they offer a course every month. So they offer 2 options sort of every month. So if we go and look at their website, here you can see kind of they've got steps as well listed here with cute little pictures. If you click on their live classes, you can see their options here. So an accelerated version, this is a 7-day course. It begins on Monday. The class exam is on Sunday. So it's 7 days. You will be doing that it'll be Monday through Saturday, that 8:30 to 5:30 is your class time. And then again, review and testing, it's going to be that Sunday morning, and it'll be 8:30 to noon. So you can register going through here. If that is something you just can't do, you can't take off, a week's worth of time, you don't have that PTO, they also offer evening classes for after hours. So this is going to be scheduled, it'll be Monday through Thursday at a 3-week time period. And it is from 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. again for 3 weeks, Monday through Thursday. Okay, so you would review and do your test on that final Thursday of that class. So that is sort of the in-person option there. You can look up additional information by using this link. Just reach out to me if you have any other questions, okay? So step 2, you've picked your class. You are good to go. You're ready to apply for your license. All right. So if you did pick that online option, you don't have to really do anything for this step. They are going to do that with you. You will do that in the class together. If you are going through the online option, I'm going to show you kind of what that website looks like and the steps that you need to complete there. So I recommend that you go ahead, if you're doing the online option, you go ahead and do this as soon as you enroll in the class. That way there's no delay in you being able to schedule your state exam. It does take some time for the state to approve you to take that state exam, right? So go ahead and do this on the front end. The application cost for your license is $83.75. So you pay that sort of as you are submitting your application, the credit card, whatever that looks like. Now, if you click on this link, if it loads, this is what that website looks like. you will go to apply or manage license. You are going to be applying for the real estate commission, real estate sales associate, that first option, and then that first option there again. And then this is what the application looks like. Again, it has all of those requirements that I mentioned at the beginning of this video here. And it has additional information with scheduling your state exam and also fingerprinting too. Sorry about that. I guess it's taking me a while. Once you do decide to apply, you will most likely apply using online services. It is going to take you to this page here. You will create a new online profile. All right, so create my account. You'll answer the questions, fill in anything that is needed, submit anything that is required. At the end, it's going to ask you for that fee, and it is going to remind you that you need to submit your fingerprints for that background check, which brings us to the next step, complete fingerprinting. This is a required part of your application, right? This is required before you can take the state exam. They're going to run that background check before you can even take that state exam. So I recommend that you do this on the front end. Go ahead and get this taken care of. You don't want to be super happy that you passed that, final exam with the class and you're ready to take the state exam because you have all of this knowledge, and oh wait, you can't even take the state exam because you didn't do your stuff beforehand. All right. So highly, highly, highly recommend that you go ahead and get this taken care of. Now, the average cost for fingerprinting for that background check costs around $60 to $80, depending on where you go. Scheduling it, where do you go? You can find out here in this link as well. So this is what this website looks like. Hit get fingerprinted. We're sending it over to Florida. Down at the bottom, digital fingerprinting is the one that we are doing. You're going to type in your zip code wherever you live. I'm going to use the office as an example. And then boom, you have a bunch of locations where you can schedule this exam. Once you schedule it, you'll select a time. It's going to ask you for registration. Okay. So follow the prompt, pay the fee, show up to the appointment. They will get that taken care of. All right. And you should be good to go. It didn't ask me for some information though. Hold on. Oh. Okay. It did not, I don't think did it? Yeah, it did not take us to this page. So once you do schedule that new appointment, you are going to select where it's going to. I just did this, so this is why it didn't pop up earlier. Agency name, that is going to be Department of Professional or Business and Professional Regulation. So the ORI number next up is going to be Real Estate Sales and Brokers. Why am I struggling to find that? Here we go. There it is. Okay, DBPR, Real Estate Sales and Brokers. So then you select go. Then you type in your zip code, and then you can schedule where you want to go. So yeah, I definitely wanted to make sure I included that part. Okay. I also have, whenever you are searching, DBPR, Real Estate Sales and Brokers there. So in case you forget, it is inside that document. Okay. So going along, we handled all of that sort of paperwork and everything with the application. On the front end, you're going through the course. You're either taking it in person or online. And at the end, again, you are going to take a final exam. You've got 2 tries with that online version. If you don't pass it on that first try, it makes you wait 30 days before you can retake it. And then that's it. You only have 2 tries with that online class. Okay, guys. So just make sure that you study, you get that taken care of, you know what you're doing and all of that good stuff. This is included in that 6-month time frame as well. So make sure you're pacing yourself. Don't get kicked out because you took too long to take that final exam. That's what's giving you credit for this entire course. So it is really important that you do pass this final exam. Otherwise, you're going to have to start all over. The next step is scheduling your state exam. So again, you're taking 2 exams total. You have that final exam with the course that's giving you permission to even schedule the state exam. And then you have the state exam. That one's in person. You are scheduling it through Pearson VUE, and that is what's giving you your real estate license. All right. So this is 100 questions long. You must score at least a 75% to pass, I believe. There is a cost to this exam as well. It is $60 each time you take the test. Again, it is in person. It's proctored. So it's going to feel very similar to maybe the ACT, the SAT. Probably a little bit less intense, maybe, but that's what it's going to feel like. You will know before leaving whether you have passed or not passed. When you pass, great. They are going to just let you know you will receive your real estate license in an email approximately 48 hours after you do pass that exam. If you don't pass on that first try, that is okay. You can schedule it whenever they offer it next. You do have to pay the $60 each time you take the test. So just if you have $60 each time, you're ready to rock and roll and go ahead. They will give you, if you don't pass, sort of how much you missed and everything like that. So you go and review what you did miss. So yay, once you do receive that license, it's super exciting. It does look like a business license because you are essentially a business owner at the end of the day. The product or the service that you're selling, it is a real estate license. And you're basically self-employed at that point, right? So affiliating with a broker is next up on the list. Now, why do you need to affiliate with a broker or a brokerage? They are actually activating your license and they are carrying the risk of you operating as a sales associate. So again, it is very important that you are active before practicing any kind of real estate. This is how you have access to a bunch of things. This is where you're going to be trained on how to actually make a sale and how to actually make money, right? Because remember, the material that you're learning in the class, it is law information. It is real estate law. It is not teaching you how to sell a house, okay? So you need a brokerage that's going to provide an excellent amount and robust amount of training so you can learn how to do just that, right? We want you to make money. You got into the business to make money, and we want to help you do that. There is no obligation to join Keller Williams. So you're not obligated. We would love the opportunity to interview with you and show you kind of what it looks like operating here and aligning your business with Keller Williams from a training, coaching, technology, and support perspective. So what are you getting out of operating here and joining us? But ultimately, it is completely up to you. You want to go with what feels best for you, what makes the most sense for you, and where you fully think that you will thrive the best with your new business, right? So you're not an employee of the brokerage that you do join. So in the sort of interviewing process, whenever you're talking to different brokerages, you're honestly kind of the one that's leading that conversation. You're the one that's asking the questions. And if you need help with questions, just let me know. I can send that over to you. But you are the one that's just making sure that you're a right fit. Again, this isn't your employer. You're not applying for a job. You are seeing where your business aligns and where you can thrive the most and where you're receiving the most support. So think of the brokerage as almost like the platform, and you are your business. Okay, what you're selling or the service that you're providing is real estate. All right. So once you do join a brokerage, you make that decision, happy day. They are going to activate your license, and you will then need to join the local realtor association. So the local realtor association here, or we call it the Board of Realtors, and the board is Pensacola Association of Realtors. Their acronym is PAR. So you'll hear PAR around here a lot. But Pensacola Association of Realtors, what they are, what the entity is, they are giving you access to the contracts that you'll be writing. They are giving you access to different databases and different tools for you to actually operate your business and sell homes. So it is very important that you are a member of the board so you can use all of these resources, right? So I have their fees listed here below. Not below, I guess above, just for your information. This is not something that you have to do right away, right? As you're going through the school and everything. I just want you to feel prepared. I don't want you to feel blindsided when you're asking to sort of invest in your business on the front end before you even make money, right? So you are going to spend money before you make money here in real estate. Again, just think of these as operating expenses for your business, okay? So their current estimates, what they're currently have going on, they've got their annual dues for it's $483 per year. So every year you are just renewing that membership with Pensacola Association of Realtors. Now there is a one-time startup fee of $200. So know that that's going to be an additional cost to even join this organization, okay? Separately, they also have a monthly fee of $35 for the database where you are listing homes for sale, where you're scheduling, when you can show a home to maybe someone that's looking to buy, where you are even researching to even send off to people. Okay, so this is obviously very important to be a part of. It's where you're going to get all of that information. It's where Zillow is getting all of that information. Okay, so very important that you do have access to all of these tools. So you can look at that and just kind of see on the front end. My recommendation for you is to have at least maybe $1,000 saved up for the sort of startup costs and fees, because this isn't including what potentially your brokerage might have as far as sort of a monthly fee or anything like that. So I would recommend at least saving up $1,000 to get your business up and running, so you're good to go. You're not kind of just struggling, right? Just know on the front end, okay, I'm going to have to spend some money to make some money. I'm going to have to invest in my business. All right. So that is not to scare you. That is simply just to prepare you for what's to come. Okay. The last step that I have listed here, step 8, is another one that it's just kind of a for your information. Like any other licensed professional, you have to maintain continuing education. So we've got sort of 2 dockets here. After you get your license, within the first 18 to 24 month period, you will have to obtain 45 hours of post licensing. So this is just an additional education requirement. Think of this as almost like your 30, 60, 90 or probation period with having your real estate license. So this is kind of, you've got this almost like temporary license. Once you do your 45 hours, it's more permanent. So you'll get your permanent license sort of then. Then every other 2 years or every 2 years after that, you will have to submit 14 hours of continuing education. So just know you're updating your license, you're renewing your license every 2 years, okay, to keep up with the times and everything. Real estate's kind of constantly changing. So again, nothing that you really have to worry about right now. I just want you to be aware of that on the front end before you do go ahead and start this journey for your new career in real estate. Okay. Lastly, inside of this document, okay, guys, I've got some bullet points. I know I just spent 30 minutes going over all of these steps and kind of showing you and teaching you where to go. This is just sort of your checklist. So these are your action items. So if that was kind of too much, just come to the end of this video and then you've got your checklist there too. So that has everything that you need to do in order to get your business kind of up and running with your Florida real estate license. So I am super eager to welcome you into the real estate industry. It is truly the greatest industry in the world. I am so incredibly blessed to be here and to kind of help people through their journey as they decide to start this career and maybe start working for themselves and building these businesses. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly, whether that is through email, probably is the best one. My email is my first name, last name, carlingray@kw.com. So please feel free to contact me. I can help you wherever I can. And I'm wishing you all the best. All right. Have a great rest of your day.